So I'm up at bat now. That's my name there, right? Number 3. So it's easy for me to say what I say because I've been experiencing it. But I'm going to talk a little bit about why I am running for Bergen County Sheriff, who I am, and why am I running for Bergen County Sheriff. Now, some of you are going to hear this again because you heard it last night. But we had a nice gathering at the Doubletree Hotel in Fort Lee, and many of my supporters from the Korean American community were there to support my candidacy. And I'm going to say practically the same thing I said last night in an abbreviated way. Well, like I said before, I'm 34 years in law enforcement, so practically my whole adult life I've been a law enforcement officer. In only 10 short years from the beginning of my law enforcement career, I was given the opportunity to become the chief of police. Very high honor, and an honor that I hold today. And for 24 years, I've been a police chief, and I've been networking with law enforcement across the state, across the country, and even internationally. I can tell you, and as you probably know this from hearing it last night, I've been the president of all the police chiefs in the state of New Jersey, some 550 cities and municipalities across the state. All the law enforcement officers of the state of New Jersey, the leadership, the chiefs of police, I was representation of the New Jersey State Association Chiefs of Police. I was also the president of the County Police Association. All the municipal departments in the county of Bergen. Some 70 municipalities, 68 organized police departments, and that included the Sheriff's Department and the Bergen County Prosecutor's Office. I attended the FBI Academy. My formal education is master's degree and honorary doctorate degree. I'm a New Jersey certified public manager. There's many things that I did in my career because I knew I was going to be a police chief for a long time. So I did it. And I have the passion to be here not only today, 25 years later, but it's just as if I'm a rookie police officer. That's how much I love to engage. I could have retired almost 10 years ago. I'm working for free, basically, meaning that the same amount of money that I get in my net paycheck, they would send to my house, and I wouldn't have to leave my house. So I'm not doing it for money. I'm doing it because I want to be a part of the solution to make society better for each and every one of us. Doesn't matter what color you are, doesn't matter where you're from, doesn't matter what origin, ethnic background, what sexual orientation you may like or not like. All I know is that I want to serve each and every one of you, each and every one of the 1 million people in Bergen County. And I know I can do it, and I know I can do it the best. So about 8 years ago, I raised my hand up and I said, listen, I'm a chief for 15 years. I would love to be considered to be like a sheriff to the party bosses. The party bosses are the people that say, okay, we'll take you into our bus and we're going to drive this bus and we're going to go down Sheriff Way. So my foundation was laid a long time ago, 8 years ago. And lo and behold, about a little over a month ago, the sheriff of this county was overheard saying something that he should have never said. No matter how you say it was in a secret meeting or was recorded by some recording device, regardless, it came out of his mouth. So if it came out of his mouth, it came out of his heart and his brain. So not to get into what he said and why he said it and all that other things, it's indefensible. He had to leave office. You can't have the leader saying things like he said. So he's gone. And all the undersheriffs. The undersheriffs are the top management of the sheriff's department. There's 4 of them. They weren't any part of this conversation, but they were what we call in military terminology, collateral damage. They got hurt because something went wrong at the top. So that whole team had to go. The sheriff and the undersheriffs, gone. That office is empty right now. Now, the state law of New Jersey says if you're within or outside of the 37-day rule, there must be a special election. So lo and behold, it was like 42 or 3 days. So there's going to be a special election. So for 42 days, they had to determine who the candidates are. You had to get ready and do a campaign. You had to vet the people that are going to be doing this, like myself. There's not enough time. There wasn't enough time. The state of New Jersey should have stepped in and said, wait a minute. This is an important position, the Bergen County Sheriff's Office. We need to have maybe an interim put in there by the governor, and then we'll push this election next year. That's what should have happened, what it did. I could have got a lawsuit, I guess, and we still are researching that, if we can or not. But New Jersey didn't want to stop it. New Jersey wanted to have the election, and they want to have whoever they want to be the next sheriff. So like it happens in party politics, the Republican picks their man or woman, the Democrats pick their man or woman, and all others, you can try if you want, but you gotta go over here in this lane over here. Now before you get to that lane, you can compete with the party bosses' selection. But those party bosses, what I experienced, was not democracy at all. I'm not talking about a Democrat or Republican. I'm talking about where's the process to say 1, 2, 3, 4. Anybody want in? Everybody put in. And then the democracy is supposed to weed out some non-contenders and boil it down to maybe a certain few, and then have a gathering of a lot of people and say, okay, we're all going to choose. Who's that person going to be? But that didn't happen. That didn't happen. So you know what? Because I was ready 8 years ago, because I'm the most experienced law enforcement officer as a candidate for the next sheriff, and because it is so important to the county of Bergen, you, your families, and everybody else, and it's important to me, I said, I'm doing this. So I don't have the party line. I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat. I'm a registered Democrat, but I'm in the independent lane. And I now have to fight 2 more weeks to prove to the citizens of Bergen County that I'm the best candidate. And we're doing that. We're doing that each and every day, and we're picking up a lot of steam. If you have the party line, it's very simple. You don't have to do much. You get the party line money, you get this county and state money. It's pretty much an easy task. But they didn't think that this column 5, keyhole 5 guy is going to be there. And he's spending money. You know where his money's coming from? Grassroots. $10, $100, whatever dollars. Korean community had a fundraiser for me last night, raised me thousands of dollars. Because you need $1,000 to do the campaign, you need $1,000 for the brochures. We did a commercial. There's a lot of things we're doing, and we're doing a lot more. And you know what else we're doing? Besides the social media? It's the networking. You know what? You know 10 people, right, that you can talk to. And then that person tells those 10 people, you go find your 10 people. And when you compound that by all of us in the room, and all the people that we're talking to about what's the right thing to do here in Bergen County, who's the right guy? I don't want to tell you to vote for me. What I want to tell you is that there's 5 people running, you should research who the 5 are. You pick who the best is. Not because I'm telling you to vote for me. Research who they are. Because it's an important role. Bergen County Sheriff is an important role. He's going to be there for 3 years. 600 men and women in that department. $80 million in taxpayer, your money. That's a big task. And if your loved one is involved with a criminal act, either a victim or any association with it, you want a law enforcement professional hovering over that investigation. That's what I'm going to give you. I know there's a little politics involved in the game too, but I'm good at that too. I like politics, but I love law enforcement more. And that's why I'm doing this, for the love of law enforcement. I can dribble the ball with the politics. Left, right, Republican, Democrat, that's easy for me, because I understand it. But I want to do the law enforcement function. So we are moving along, 100 miles an hour. Ron Reagan's following us on Kugler for Sheriff Facebook. And he's telling me, Kugler, you've got signs all over the place. So if that works with all the signs, maybe I will prevail. But here's the real problem. I don't want to say it out loud, but they're like sheep. Republicans and Democrats, some of them are like sheep. They come with the flock, and the shepherd keeps them all together, and they come in, and they go down the line, Republican, or if you're a Democrat, Democrat. 20-30%. I am starting with 20-30% in the negative column, or they have positive. Republican and Democrat automatically has 20-30%. And that's not too bad. If it's a presidential election, it's higher, maybe double. It's almost impossible to win on a presidential campaign if you're an independent. But we're going to try. We're going to try, And let me tell you what, I think we've gained some ground. And you know why it's easy for me? The disadvantages are not in the column and they got 20, 30%. But the advantage is I've been ready, I am ready. I want to be sheriff. The ones that were handpicked and plucked weren't ready. They would just said, hey, you want to be sheriff? Of course they would say, yes, I'll take it. They're not spending money. They're not grassroots going out there getting votes each and every day and doing the 10 by 10 to literally get to the tens of thousands. I am, and I'm happy. And I don't want to be judged by the outcome of the party boss saying yes or no, or the outcome of that sham convention that I was cast aside. I want to be judged by the response to the challenges that I was given. And my response, win or lose, isn't about win or losing. It's about winning or gaining more momentum. And if I'm not successful on November 6th, 7th, however long it takes, I'm still coming here because I'm the chief of police in Saddlebrook. And I'm either going to be here as your new sheriff or the same old chief that I've been for 24 years. And you know what? I've never changed. Same person's going to be standing here talking to you. Just going to have a different title. Going to take a pay cut to be the sheriff. I make more money as the police. But that's my story. That's my campaign story. I tell it every day. And as I tell it every day, your brain and your heart is working hard right now. And your brain and your heart knows who the right person for the job is. So when you go in that curtain on November 6th, you close it. You're going to have an opportunity to pick whoever you want. And I hope that when it comes to at least my election, the Bergen County Sheriff election, you decide 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Make sure you got a long arm because I'm way over here on the right. Keyhole 5. Keyhole 5. So that's my story. And, you know, I want to thank my good friend Daniel Song, special police officer in Saddlebrook. I want to thank the Korean American community. I want to thank our special guest here for a wonderful time, not only tonight, but Ron, you've been always here for many times. And he's got a passion to be here. And all the other special guests that were here. We care about you, young students. We want you to have the very best opportunities to grow in law enforcement. And I'm very happy to be here, to be part of it, and to give you an explanation about what I'm going through. So I'm having fun. I'm actually having fun. Spending some money, but that's all right. I got it, right? Daniel, you're motioning for the pastor maybe to come forward? Yeah, another prayer. Come on up, Pastor. So we're in a house of worship, at least most of the times, or probably all the time, right, Pastor? And we'd like you to, we had an opening prayer, but perhaps you would give us another word or prayer of wisdom. God bless you, Pastor, and I appreciate your presence.
I don't think I'm here to pray. I mean, we already have prayer by Pastor Tim, so I'm just here to welcome all of you once again to our church. And always very pleased to have you here, especially Chief Kugler. And I heard you're running for the sheriff, and you know, he's a man of prayer. And I'm always for a man of prayer, so. Okay. All right. Yeah, I saw your name on the highway, and I was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, oh, I know that name. So the way he puts his energy and time to support the Korean American community and this meeting and all that stuff, I really appreciate that. And also just the trying to run, that gives opportunity and also the chance for a lot of Korean American young men and women to learn to continue to pursue and try a new thing. I think that's a really good lesson that you're giving us. So whether you make it or not, I hope you do. But even just trying it, that just sends a very important message to all of us. Yeah, I think trying is one thing that we should continue to do. I think I read this quote from somewhere. Someone said, either I can, or so those who say I can or I cannot, they're usually right. So you say I can or I cannot, usually both of them are right. So it's really up to you to really believe in yourselves and continue to try your best. Again, welcome. Really glad that all of you are here. Welcome, Chief Kugler, and I hope everything went well for you. Thank you.
Pastor Tim, would you kindly come up and say a few words? You're on the program before, so we have to bring you up and pray for you or something.
Just want to echo what Pastor Drew said. Welcome everyone, and I really appreciate Chief Kugler's passion, and you could tell that he really wants this position. And coming from a spiritual perspective, character is very important, and I definitely see that in Chief Kugler. And so, what I want to do is just offer a quick prayer. So again, if you are a believer, if you could just bow your heads with me. Heavenly Father, we are here tonight. God, we are praying for Chief Kugler and for his campaign. God, we don't know what the outcome will be, but God, regardless of what happens, may you continue to lead Chief Kugler, help him to be a servant, someone who serves his community, serves the people around him, and that you continue to refine him as a man of character, a man of integrity, and a man of passion who seeks to serve and not to be served. So God, we thank you, and we pray all these things in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor. Okay. So if I could have our executive board members please rise and take commendation and praise, at least from me and all the others in this room, because it's because of your efforts that, okay, no, they don't rise. Okay, so we're going to go right to the students' presentation. So students, start to get ready.